Hello dear students, this is Mr. Hitesh Patel, Assistant Professor LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this video series, we will discuss a subject basic mechanical engineering. Okay. Today in this video session, we are going to discuss a chapter named refrigeration and air conditioning. Okay. So in this video session, we will discuss what is refrigerator, what is refrigerant, what is refrigeration system, how vapor compression refrigeration system works. Okay. So in our daily routine life, we uses fridge as well as air conditioners. So we enjoy the cooling, but we don't know how this actually works. So in this video session, by learning, you will able to understand how actually the refrigerator works. So let's start the video. So first of all, what is refrigeration? What is refrigeration? So refrigeration is a method of reducing the temperature. Refrigeration is nothing but the method of reducing the temperature of the system which below the surrounding temperature or below the atmospheric temperature and maintain it lower by continuously abstracting or removing the heat from the system. Okay, so that is refrigeration. The next is refrigerant. Refrigerant, that is nothing but the gas. We in our daily routine life we use the word gas for refrigerant. Okay, so refrigerant is a heat carrying medium that absorb the heat from low temperature body and supplies that heat to the high temperature body. So in the case of refrigerator, refrigerant absorb the heat from inside cabinet and remove the heat which abstracted from that cabinet to the atmosphere. So that is the function of refrigerant. And what is refrigerator? So refrigerator is a one type of device which is used to maintain the temperature below the atmospheric temperature within required space. Okay, that is the function of refrigerator. Now, how we can find out the performance of refrigerator? So the performance of the refrigerator is measured with COP, coefficient of performance. So coefficient of performance is defined as the ratio of refrigerating effect to the work done by the compressor to compress the refrigerant. Okay. So what is the refrigerating effect? What is refrigeration effect? So refrigeration effect is the amount of heat absorbed by refrigerant from the space to be cooled. That is known as refrigeration effect. That we already knew that the amount of heat absorbed by the refrigerant from the space automatically at that place or cabin cooling effect is generated. So what amount of heat is absorbed by the refrigerant from the space, that amount of cooling effect will produce, and that cooling effect is known as refrigeration effect. And the unit of refrigeration effect is ton of refrigeration. The unit of refrigeration effect is ton of refrigeration. Okay, so whenever we will go for purchasing AC, we use the word the AC is how much ton. Okay, 1 ton, 1.5 ton, 2 ton. So that is the unit of refrigeration effect. So here another question is, what is ton? So ton of refrigeration is defined as melting of 1 ton of ice from 0 degree Celsius in 24 hours. That is ton of refrigeration. Okay. So next is, which properties of good refrigerant must have? So first of all, it should have good thermal conductivity. It can easily transfer the heat. Second is, it should be non-toxic and non-corrosive. The third property of good refrigerant is it should have low saturation pressure. The fourth property is it should have high coefficient of performance. Next is it should have low specific volume so that compressor can easily control the amount of refrigerant. It should be economical in initial as well as maintenance cost. This is the property of good refrigerant. Okay. Now, by how many ways we can produce cooling effect? So the cooling effect is produced by two ways. First is mechanical refrigerator and second is natural refrigerator. So in mechanical refrigerator, we will discuss total two refrigeration system. One is VCR system, that is known as vapor compression refrigeration system, and second is vapor absorption refrigeration system, which is also known as VAR refrigeration system. In this video session, we will discuss vapor compression refrigeration system. Okay, so let's start vapor compression refrigeration system. So vapor compression refrigeration system mainly consists of four components. The first is compressor, second is condenser, third is expansion device, and the last one is evaporator. Compressor, condenser, expansion device and evaporator. We will understand the function of each and every component one by one. The first one is compressor. So we all know that the compressor is used to compress the refrigerant and supply to the condenser at high pressure and temperature. Okay. In condenser, that high pressure and high temperature refrigerant enter. In condenser, it condenses high pressure and high temperature liquid refrigerant into high pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant. Okay. High pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant is converted into high pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant. That means the function of condenser is to condense the refrigerant at constant pressure. Now expansion device. So the function of expansion device is to reduce the pressure of the refrigerant, and the function of evaporator is to absorb the latent heat load from the refrigerant, and the low pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant, by absorbing the latent heat load, it converted into low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant. Again the cycle is repeated. Okay, so let's start the operation. This operation we will divide into total four processes: process 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 1. First of all, we need to understand the condition of the refrigerant at each and every point. If we understand that, then we can easily understand this theory. So you can see that during process 1, the condition of the refrigerant is low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant. When it enters into compressor, the condition of the refrigerant will be high pressure and high temperature vapor refrigerant. That means compressor compresses and low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant is converted into high pressure and high temperature vapor refrigerant. During process 2 to 3, you can see that high pressure and high temperature vapor refrigerant enters inside the condenser. We know the function of condenser. It condenses the refrigerant at constant pressure. That means there is no change in pressure of the refrigerant. That means the high pressure remains the high, but the temperature will reduce and vapor is converted into liquid. When that high pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant enters into expansion device, we know that the function of expansion valve, it used to reduce the pressure of the refrigerant. Okay, so high pressure is converted into low pressure, low temperature remains low temperature, and liquid refrigerant remains in the state of liquid. In evaporator, that refrigerant absorbs the latent heat load. We know that in latent heat load there is no change, or no change in temperature, only phase change occurred. So that heat is known as latent heat, and when the low pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant enters into evaporator, the refrigerant absorbs only latent heat load, and low pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant will convert into low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant. Okay, so if we know the condition of refrigerant at respective point 1, point 2, point 3 and point 4, then we can easily understand this theory. So let's start. So first of all, the main components that we have already discussed: compressor, condenser, expansion device and evaporator. Now we will start doing process 1 to 2. We know that at point 1 the condition of the refrigerant is low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant. So when low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant enters into compressor, compressor compresses low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant into high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant. Okay, that is process number 1 to 2. Now process 2 to 3, the vapor refrigerant enters into condenser. Condenser condenses the refrigerant at constant pressure. That means high pressure remains the high after condensation, but temperature reduces. So when high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant enters into condenser, condenser condenses that high pressure and high temperature vapor refrigerant into high pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. Okay. Now that high pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant enters into expansion device during process 3 to 4, and we know that in expansion device the pressure is reduced, so that high pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant is converted into low pressure, low temperature liquid refrigerant. And during process 4 to 1, we know that in evaporator it absorbs only latent heat load, and by absorbing latent heat there is no change in temperature takes place, only phase change occurred, so that low pressure and low temperature liquid refrigerant is converted into low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant, and again cycle is repeated. So this is all about vapor compression refrigeration system. If you have any queries regarding this, then you can write down your comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching my video.